Attacking in FC24 can be kind of annoying. The 71 depth and the pressure is insane. Finishing is much more inconsistent this year, and it seems like you have to go down the byline literally every time you attack, otherwise you can't score a goal. So let's talk about players that are going to help you not have to go down the byline every single time you attack. Let's talk about the best attackers in FC24. So I'm going to go a little bit more in depth than usual in these best players videos. I'm just going to focus on attackers, and I want to kind of go into the nuance on what I think makes good attackers this year and what doesn't. If you guys want to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. The link is in the description. Use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. So before we get into anything here at all, the first thing I'm going to say is playstyles are just king, okay? Almost everybody that I'm going to say in this video, or that I will talk about in this video, has a playstyle plus of one of the few playstyles that I'll talk about in this video today. Playstyles really are going to be king in this game. Just that simple. They mean more than almost any stat that you can find, pretty much. And the very first thing I'm going to talk about in this video is just finesse shot plus players, because this is hands down the best playstyle in the game for me. I have Heung-min Son in form, and he's the best player in the game, in my opinion, right now. He's a 5-star weak foot. Finesse shot plus is literally insane. You can shoot from anywhere and it will go in if it's a finesse shot. With finishing not being quite as good as it was last year, it's still decent but not quite as good. Having a player in your team that has finishing that is insane is a massive advantage. Combine that with 5-star weak foot, and I'll show you right now. If you go and look at foot bin, look at finesse shot and 5-star weak foot. This is, to me, an absolute must-have in your team, at least somewhere. Having a Heung-min Son and Alex Morgan, obviously Kenny Dalglish is very expensive, Del Piero and Megan Rapinoe, I believe, are the only ones, and Pop, who doesn't look very good, so I wouldn't recommend her, but I'm sure, in fact, she has 5-star weak foot and finesse shot trait, she'll play better than those stats are. But to me, I think it's almost a guarantee. If you put one of these cards in your team with 5-star weak foot and finesse shot plus, you will immediately improve, like almost no matter what. Any skill level, any champs finish, doesn't matter. You will instantly improve putting one of these cards in your team. So going back to finesse shot plus here, you know, of all the finesse shot plus players without a 5-star weak foot, who are the best ones? To me, right here, Inform Benzema. Let's go look at him in game, actually. So the reason I love this Benzema card is because of a couple reasons. So one is in-game stats obviously are fantastic, but you know what he has? He has good strength, 84 strength there, and he's also 6'1". In this game, strength actually does mean something, I'll be honest with you, and it honestly means more when you're left stick dribbling and off the ball than it means anywhere else, because the center backs mark you so tightly in this game. If you're using somebody like Benzema, somebody with just a little bit more physicality than, say, I was using Butragueño, say, you know, a Butragueño, that is pretty beneficial, having like one attacker in your team that is tall enough or strong enough to kind of fend off those center backs just a little bit. You're never going to fully beat Van Dijk in terms of strength, but at least a little bit. I love his Benzema for that. And then also, there's another playstyle here, which is Trivela, that I'm going to get into in a sec. But first of all, finesse shot plus, Benzema's a great option. And looking down this list, literally all these cards, all of them are good options. Like, you cannot find a single finesse shot plus player in here that I don't think you are going to like a lot. Even Iago Aspas. I saw people cooking with Iago Aspas. He's got a finesse shot plus, and he's great. Antoine Griezmann I've used, even his gold card, I loved him, and Mohamed Salah is great as well. So get a finesse shot plus player somewhere in your team. I think it's honestly going to help you out more than you think. Okay, so finesse shot plus is kind of an all-encompassing one, so I wanted to get all of that done pretty much immediately. Now I'm gonna get into players that have kind of combined good playstyles that I really like a lot, and I'll explain why I like the playstyles and what certain playstyles I like a lot. So here we go. Okay, so let's start off with cards that I think you're probably not gonna see in a pro player team, because they kind of recycle the same like 20 cards, and we'll talk about those next. But these are players that I think are fantastic, and they're just right below that. So first thing you'll notice is that almost every card in here has a playstyle plus, apart from, I think, Sophia Smith, who's right there. We'll talk about her in a second, but also wanted to kind of mostly ignore the gold cards, because most of you guys know gold Diaby's good, right? You kind of know that already. So anyway, let's talk about these cards. So Lewandowski, I actually love this card because of the playstyles. No surprise there. Finesse, power, and Trivela, I think, is great. So that, like, every shooting trait you can kind of possibly want that he has. He's even got chip shot, and he's just a great finisher. Power header plus, just so in case you do cross to him, he probably could head it better than almost anybody. I think Lewandowski is really, really good, to be honest with you. Govou, really good in-game stats. Govou was good last year, too. You combine 94 shot power, 94 long shots with the power shot plus playstyle. I mean, you know why this card's good. Now, I will say power shot plus, some people think it's like broken and too good. I actually don't think it is. I think the power shot plus is not as good as finesse shot plus. If power shot plus just gets him off faster, it doesn't even like feel like I have a higher probability probability of a power shot going in with power shot plus than I did without it. And by that, I mean, if I were to get both off in time, one would be more accurate than another. I don't feel that. Maybe I could be wrong about that. Obviously, you get it off way faster here, and that's what makes that good. And then also, he's got rapid and quick step. There's going to be about 5 playstyles in this video that I'm going to talk about a lot, and we'll get into those here as it goes on. Sam Kerr, very slept on card. The second she gets a special card, I am going to be all over it. Super, super good card, super, super underrated. Finesse shot and rapid and quick step. Rapid and quick step, I think, are fantastic in this game as well. Butragueño, we'll talk about him. Technical plus as well as a fantastic play style. Look at the in games, and he's just super duper solid. Actually very expensive this year because of the 5-star weak foot. Technical plus is very good. He's 1.26 I bought him for. I think he's like 1.3 now at least. I think I bought him for a decent price, right? Yeah, like 1.33 right now. I will say though, 3-star skill moves in this game, I'm not the biggest fan of. I know that you can work with it. Don't get me wrong. You can still have a great player with 3-star skills, but there are times you want to do like a drag back per se, and it's a little bit slower. So I will say there's like one flaw with Butragueño there. Forlan, same kind of thing. He's a little bit taller. He has nice strength. Only 78, but just having the extra height will help a lot. Finesse shot, power shot plus. I like Forlan a lot in this game. Sophia Smith. Why is she in here if she doesn't have a playstyle plus? It's because of her high base pace, 5-star weak foot, and just great in-game stats, right? So 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot. The physicals are there with 93 stamina. Great in-game stats, high pace, plus technical, quick step. I mean, Sophia Smith is great in this game. Mommy. Robin Van Persie. Love his playstyles. Finesse shot with power shot and Trivella, which Trivella is fantastic, I think, in this game, to be honest with you. Not even just talking outside the box Trivellas, just inside the box Trivellas, I think are really nice to have. Add on technical with some really nice in-game stats, high base shooting. I think Van Persie with 4-star is really good, to be honest with you. Kvaratskhelia, 5-star, which is very hard to find, especially early on in FIFA, with really solid in-games, no playstyle pluses, and the in-games are a little bit, you know, lower than some you might see. So you might say, why is he in here? Well, the reason I love it is because he has such a unique kind of set of playstyles. He's got finesse shot, which is great. Incisive pass, which is very nice to have just for anybody, to be honest with you. Whipped pass, which for a winger is nice to have as well. Whip pass is pretty dang good. But technical, which means he'll be better dribbling. And he's also got Trivella to help with some shooting. So just really nice all-around playstyles for him. Alexia Putellas I got here. You know, no surprise she's in here. You might say, why is she not a midfielder? I think you could use her as a cam, and she's amazing. 5-star. I was surprised more pros weren't using her. I guess the pace probably just isn't quite high enough. But yeah, I mean, this card's fantastic. Add finesse shot. Ping pass is a super underrated one for midfielders. Plus technical. I mean, Putellas is fantastic in this game. Next is, you can't see him, icon John Barnes. And John Barnes is a guy who was never very good in previous FIFAs. He's always like okay at best, right? But this year with technical plus, he's like very meta, honestly. He's very meta. 4-star with icon chemistry. You add on some good physical stats with 84 strength. Dribbling is 91 base. The shooting is pretty good. And, you know, technical plus, like we said, finesse shot as well. Incisive pass, which most attackers just probably don't have. And you got Trivella as well. Nothing you could not like about John Barnes. And he's more expensive this year because people know he's good. Sorry you can't see these last couple here. We got Aitana Bonmati. You might say, once again, is she really an attacker? I think she's honestly kind of wasted if you don't use her as a cam. She's high, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills, but 92 base finishing is crazy. With crazy passing, technical plus dribble around people, finesse shot as well. Like, I think you need to use her as a cam, or at least a box-to-box midfielder, obviously, but as a cam, she's super good. I recommend Bonmati. And the last one here you can't see is James Madison. And the reason Madison's here is for literally one reason only. That's long ball plus. Madison's long ball plus is insane. This is one of the better ones. There's a reason there's not many players in this game with long ball plus. I mean, look how many there are. This is it right here. KDB, you've got Patrick Guijarro, Kimmich, Schweinsteiger, Javi Alonso, and this is it right here. So most of these cards you can't even use. You could use De Bruyne, Guijarro, Schweinsteiger, and Alonso, and there's that new Iwobi card, but there's not many that you can use, honestly. And pretty much the reason I can guarantee you is because this fucking playstyle is insane. So I would highly recommend James Madison if you did him. On to the next, Davor Suker. His playstyle plus is Trivella plus. Now, you might be shocked to know this, but if you go back to FUTBIN, there are like no cards with Trivella plus. And I think it's because it's super OP in the box. It's still good outside the box, don't get me wrong, like last year's was. The Trivellas from outside the box last year, but even in the box this year, it's so good. Excuse me, and you know, Griezmann, Ronaldo, Modric, and Suker. That's kind of all you can do. There were pros using Frankie de Jong because of Trivella plus, because he could do outside the box, and if he's in the box, you hold L2, it's probably going in every single time. So Davor Suker, I'd highly recommend for 70,000 coins. 4-star, 6 foot. These in-game stats are 70k. Like with icon chem, it's hard to find better than that, to be honest with you. Paul Musiala, he's got the 5-star skills. He's got technical plus. This card is one of the best best cards in terms of cams probably in the game you can find. Dribbling on this card's insane. That is what makes him so good. The shooting is just good, but the dribbling is ridiculous. Kaká has rapid plus and 5-star skill moves. I know the price points are kind of all over the place, but the point is I want to try and pick players that you might be like, hey, I think he looks good, but you're never 100% sure about a card like Kaká if he's going to be like really good or just okay. Finesse shot, rapid plus, and quick step. Kaká's is going to be sick for you. Mostovoy, super underrated in this game. Technical plus, finesse shot, Trivella, fantastic playstyles, 5-star weak foot, decent in-game stats, nothing too insane, but the passing is there too. The passing actually looks really good actually. 5-star weak foot. You can't complain too much about Mostovoy. Lionel Messi, even though he's low, you can play this card on 0 chemistry, and he's worth big in your team. This is one of the best dribblers in the game, hands down. You'll notice that immediately when you use him. Finesse shot, technical plus, quick step, Trivella. You already know Messi's gonna be great. Angel Di Maria is a similar thing. 5-star skill moves with really nice in-game stats. If he had better links, he'd be more expensive, but he doesn't. Insane dribbling on him with technical, finesse shot, and he has Trickster plus. And Trickster plus is actually a very good playstyle as well. Not even doing the like weird flick-ons and scoops you can do with it, just straight up. We'll talk more about that here in a second when we get to the next like pro player tier of cards. Paulo Futre. This is your, standard run down the line to your byline, swing it across, cut back merchant right here. He's 5'9", 4-star skills, but technical plus and crazy pace. That's all you need to know. He's gonna run on the wing for you and do that a million times over. Incisive pass as well, and that's what Paulo Futre does. Rafael Leao, rapid plus, 6'2" as well. He's got some good physicals, 4-star, 4-star. The in-game stats don't look crazy here, but I'm telling you, in-game, he actually is crazier than the stats suggest. Use player of the month Leao, I'm sure you know that. It's really the rapid plus finesse. I mean, oof. When I use Leao on my team, I'm like, man, I just need a rapid plus player in my team so badly. He is crazy good. We got Federico Chiesa, who also has rapid plus. They're very similar cards. Leao's just a bit bigger. It has better physicals. Both 4-star, 4-star, and Chiesa's just 5'9" instead of 6'2", basically. But he's very good as well in game. Last one's here, Diani, super underrated gold card still. She is still very usable. I got cooked by her, I think, about 2 hours ago. High, 4-star, 4-star. The in-game stats are there. I'm bringing her up mostly because of the Botcha links. If you did the Botcha SBC, don't be afraid to put Diani in your team because she is very good. And last but not least, triple threat hero Joe Cole. They gave him rapid plus, which, like I talked about before, Leao and Chiesa is just an insane playstyle. This card is basically just really along that Chiesa lines, right? Maybe a little bit better passing than Chiesa, a little bit better dribbling maybe. Add on technical, Trivella, quick step plus, great card. Okay, so here's one last look at these cards. The cards you can't see are John Barnes, Bomonti, and Madison. And now let's get into like the few that the pro players are basically only using this year. These are basically the players that the pro players use in attack. Now, most of these are going to be very obvious to you, but I wanted to highlight these because obviously what can we take away from this information on what are the best players in the world using? A few things we can tell from this right away. 5-star players are super rare and they're the best in the game. Got Neymar, R9, Mia Hamm, Ousmane Dembele, Ginola, Zico, and Ribery are all 5-star skillers and 5-star weak foot. And also here you might say, okay, well, Trickster plus, like what does that really do? Like why are people using Trickster plus players like Hansen? If you read what Trickster plus actually does, if we hide my face cam, the last sentence says is significantly more agile when strafe dribbling, which I think basically just means left stick dribbling. But Trickster plus actually has a pretty good use to it, and I saw Hansen and Neymar being used to my surprise a little bit. I wasn't sure they'd be like pro player cards, but they are. Same thing with Dino there, and obviously the rest of these guys are just some of the best players in the game. So I wanted to attempt to sort of stay away from like the super duper expensive cards on the other section because you probably know Eusebio is going to be great. You know Thierry Henry is probably going to be great. There's some other ones though that you maybe be questioned about, but those are the ones that I had the best experience with. So what do we take away? We take away this 5-star is really OP, and also look for these certain playstyles. Finesse shot is super important that we talked about earlier. Technical, rapid, quick step, and Trickster plus. Not just the first Trickster plus. I think those 5 are the top 5 for attackers that you could want. I think right outside that's probably Power Shot plus. If I really practice with Power Shot plus, maybe that would make it further up, but I don't think that it does right now. And then also Trivella is right outside that. You can probably exchange Trivella and Trickster depending on if you're a left stick dribbler or not. So those are the ones that I think you should highly look at when you are making a team. I'm sure there's guys I missed. There's so many players this year with the women added, you can't even try all of them almost and get a good opinion on every single one. So let me know if you have tried other ones that you think should be here. Thank you for watching. I love you all. See you next video. Very soon. Peace.